We're seniors. Welcome to Community News. My name is Paul.
And my name is Sasha.
Hello there, Sasha. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing today, Paul?
Are you really good? It sounds like you might have a cold. Am I going to catch something again? I saw you 2 weeks ago and I felt achy and sick after that. Am I going to catch something now via Skype or Zoom or whatever the hell format we're on?
Okay, first of all, you did not feel sick after you saw me live in person 2 weeks ago.
I
I
did.
don't,
I did. I came down with something. I was in bed for a week. I was like a grandparent from Willy Wonka. I assumed your
and I was totally
position.
healthy. But
Really?
yeah,
But
and today I just woke up stuffy, but I'm not sick, just stuffy.
stuffy? Stuffy does not equal sick?
No, because nothing else is going on. I just think it's like morning congestion.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure I'm
And
not
you're
going
not
to kick.
gonna get sick over Skype. Although
Okay.
I notice a blue orb in front of your face. I've never seen an orb while we're recording. Are there ghosts in your house?
Yes, I am convinced that there are ghosts in the house.
Oh,
Absolutely. I've heard noises. I one day came down to my little podcast studio office and all my CDs were thrown to the ground.
oh,
So
wow.
either it was a ghost or my ex-wife who can't stand my CD collection wants me to get rid of it. One of those two things occurred. And also, whenever we pull out of the garage, we have those backup cameras and they're like phantom people in our garage that I see on there. So
Oh,
yes, there are
have
ghosts in this
you
house.
seen actual people as you're backing up? That would scare me from ever driving.
Yes, well, they're on the camera, so they're like silhouettes of people. I just hope they're
Oh,
subscribers. I mean, Jesus Christ, if they're going to live here and invade my house and be rent free, I hope they subscribe to the podcast.
yeah, at least bring our podcast numbers up. Well, this blue orb has been here since our pre-show planning talk. So for some reason, and I've never noticed it before, for some reason today the ghosts want to be part of the show.
Maybe I'll have them take over today and steer the You know why they're here? They're excited because our town, the town of Townport, has now lowered the senior age from 60 to 55. So if you're 55, you can now participate in all senior activities. Things that you were shunned from before for being a youngster, you can now participate in. I have never been more excited in my life. I'm going to every senior activity there is.
Now, did you say they lowered it to 50 or 55?
55.
Okay, okay. I was going to say if they lowered it to 50, it would make me mad because that would mean I wasted 5 years not being a senior when I was already a senior. But okay,
So
55.
55, we're so excited. The first thing we're going to do for seniors this weekend, make your own yarn. We're going back to the 1800s and everybody's going to make their own yarn at the senior center. How
Oh,
exciting is that? I've never been happier to be over 55 in my life.
I was excited when you said over 55, like maybe I'd learn some new dance moves, but making yarn, I mean,
Yes.
it's bad enough when you're crocheting and knitting your own sweater or scarf, but now you're going to make the yarn too that you knit it with?
Right. So you're going even one step before in the evolution process.
Right. And I don't even know. How do you make yarn? You take a couple of strings and braid them
You're going
together?
to learn all. You can show up now this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the senior center. Make your own yarn. Sasha, who is now a senior, will be there
How
making
did we go,
yarn.
truly, how did we go from 25, 30s, early 30s to suddenly senior citizens making our own yarn? Like, it's just life is a cruel joke.
It is really unbelievable. It is crazy. I can't wait. Well, now that we're seniors, I can justify taking a nap every day, which I do anyway. So that'll
Oh,
be perfect. I eat dinner at 5:15 anyway, so that's perfect. I'm all set for senior dumb.
it's true. And you're
Dumb.
in bed by 8
What?
p.m. You're in bed by
Exactly.
8 p.m. But here's my only like thing. You like to go see live music, so do I. Can the senior center run some decent concerts, or does it have to be all this stuff that makes me feel like I'm already living in, a nursing home,
Funny
making
you
your
should say that because during the day is yarn making, but at night, 7 p.m. at the senior center, the Neil Diamond tribute concert is coming.
oh, oh, well, I'm
Love
glad
on the Rocks ain't no big surprise. Pour me a
Sweet
drink and I'll tell you some
Caroline.
lies.
Exactly, Sweet Caroline, and we're coming to America.
Perfect. So don't forget, seniors, you've got a great Saturday with yarn making in the morning, Neil Diamond tribute, and we're going to be doing a lot of senior announcements now that we're seniors ourselves.
I was going to say that's like a full day, that's like being on a cruise for seniors. We're right here in Townport, a
It
full day of activities programmed just for us.
Now taking it to the other end of the spectrum, which we don't have to worry about. 2025, 2026 kindergarten registration opens up on Thursday. So if you have a little tyke, you're not a senior, but you have, well, I guess you could be a senior with a tyke, especially in this town. Um, you have to do kindergarten registration for next year already. It's
Right.
March, and we're already registering the brats for kindergarten.
So if you have a 4 to 6 year old, because a lot of people hold back their kindergartners that they can be the smartest kindergartner and the tallest kindergartner. So if you have like a 6.5 year old all the way to a 4 year old who's never been in kindergarten, this is their time to shine.
Wait a second. There are people who hold their kids back in kindergarten so they can be number one in that class. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
I didn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
thank God I'm a senior and I don't have to deal with that
Yeah,
nonsense
they
anymore.
hold them back so that they're the tallest or the smartest or the most mature kindergartner in the class. Uh-huh.
That's crazy. Insane. So, anyway, if you have a kindergartner anywhere from 4 to 30, you can register him in for 25, 26 in
Four,
registration.
to
And
four,
what'd you say?
4 to 30, that's funny. But when my kids were in kindergarten, seemed that any kid with a birthday after June of the prior year, people would not send them. They would hold them back.
I was the youngest one in kindergarten. I was always
Well,
the youngest one in the class.
see, you and I grew up in a time where if you were smart or mature or whatever, it was the cool thing to do to have you go on time or even early. But now it's become the cool thing to do to hold them back and say, well, kids don't develop their frontal temporal lobe till they're 26. So who cares if they graduate college at 24 years old?
Are these the same people who breastfeed their kids until they're 30 also? Is that what happens?
So I think there's a big intersection on that Venn diagram.
Ay, ay, ay. Finally, we do have another true crime to investigate here
Oh,
in Townport. True crime alert, true crime alert. I understand that someone has been playing bunco and that there's been funds missing from bunco. Is that true? What's going on?
well, the I team has had to go undercover and investigate with this bunco group. And yes, I can attest. I've been there at the bunco group, counting ones, counting twos on the dice, very complex game. And somehow there's a woman in this one bunco group who has been really deceitful in her bunco playing and winning an extra $5 or $10 every week, which I don't even understand cheating and lying to win $5 or $10. But I guess if you play once a month, it adds up. I don't know. She's getting $60 a year or something, but
Are you calling in Townport police to have her arrested at this point, or is this going to be a citizen's arrest? What's going to happen? Can we do this live on air that we can confront
sure.
her?
That's what we should do. My fellow bunco players and I, a few of us realized this is going on, and we've been watching it for a couple months. And sure enough, yes, she's making it. I think she counts on other people drinking during bunco, and that because they've been drinking, perhaps they don't notice the tallies that she adds. Like she adds that she won rounds that she didn't win. And then, I mean, everybody's putting in a minimal amount of money. Like, are we really cheating over this amount of money? I know eggs are expensive, but come on.
This may be the biggest scandal in Townport history, this bunco thing. I need you to get to the bottom. This is a true crime. We can make a mini series out of this on Lifetime. You know,
Exactly.
a 10-part series about bunco cheating.
Because someone could imagine if it does rise to the level of someone who loves bunco so much or takes games so seriously that there ends up being like an actual, assault over this bunco situation.
This is amazing, and we're going to nip this in the bud. No, should we have the assault happen first, and then it will be a better true crime, or should we wait, or should we do it beforehand and
I
thwart any type of assault? You could be the one assaulted. We better do this
That's true.
beforehand.
That's true. But then again, it would be a better true crime alert, true crime alert, true crime alert if we let it play out. So I don't know.
All right. Well, if you're willing to sacrifice yourself for the sake of the show, I'm all for it for ratings. So go ahead and do it.
Both sacrificed ourselves for the sake of this show for the past 6 years. Don't you worry. All of our secrets we've put out there.
It is. It's crazy. This is scandal ridden. It's unbelievable. If people went back and listened to all 365 episodes prior to this, they would
Yeah.
know more about us than they would ever want to know in their lives.
That is true. That
It's
is
it's insane. And the
especially if they listen to the pre-show.
oh my God, that we would never be able to show our face in Townport, in LA, in New York, in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, on the planet Earth, anywhere.
I know we'd have to find someplace really remote to run off to and move to.
Right. Anyway, so that's it. Don't forget, if you're a senior, you got Yarn, you got a Neil Diamond tribute. If you got a brat, you got kindergarten registration. And if you're a bunco player, look for cheaters. That wraps up this episode of Community News. And as always, my name is Paul.
And as always, my name is Sasha. Things are busy in Townport. We love you, community.
I'll see you next week.
See you next Tuesday, Paul.
Take care.